Simple. Very simple. All right, so looking at this team, they are officially in rebuild mode. Yeah, definitely. I think what started is getting the new quarterback. They drafted Josh Rosen in the first round, though I think the plan is to at least go with Sam Bradford for at least a season, let Rosen develop, and also get more weapons for him, considering right now it's just basically Larry Fitzgerald, and we're going to keep talking about it. And I think Rosen might be the only quarterback that could start based on injury. Because I think Bradford, you can ride with Bradford the entire season, but his durability is just so unpredictable. He could have a totally random full season like he had in 2016, or be like 2017 where he just gets a slight tick on a knee and suddenly he's out for most, if not all, of the season. So I don't know if he'll actually beat him out. I mean, you would have to have unbelievable talent to beat him out, but I think they're just going to have Bradford start the whole season pending any injury. And of course, they're getting David Johnson back from a wrist injury that sidelined him the entire season. That's probably they want TJ Logan, but really, who cares? It's a David Johnson show. And then looking at the wide receiver, you still have the ever solid Larry Fitzgerald, who surprisingly hasn't retired yet. I'm pretty sure it's coming very soon. Very soon. They also did draft Christian Kirk in the second round. They got a couple other wide receivers. They signed Bryce Butler, and they also drafted J.J. Nelson. This is a bit of a receiving core that kind of needs help. I mean, I like Christian Kirk a lot. I think he'll be a good slot receiver, but they need an outside wide receiver. J.J. Nelson's good, but he's also pretty puny. He's fast, but he can also be easily redirected, only weighing 160 pounds. And Bryce Butler, yeah, but is he a wide receiver that really can handle the load when given more opportunities? It's going to be interesting. Be interesting to see. Be interesting. Then, of course, they have a tight end, I think, a mesh between Jermaine Gresham and Ricky Seals-Jones. Jones is the more receiving option, while Gresham is probably going to be the more blocking option. It's solid all around. Like to see I don't know if Seals-Jones will do better, but it's interesting to see. And of course, the offensive line receiving some major turnover. Left tackle is going to be Humphreys, most likely. Right tackle is going to be a bit of an open competition, seeing who can win out. Probably they got a few guys they want to try out, but it'll be interesting. I think it'll be interesting to watch. The interior will be Justin Pugh and Mike Iupati, and the center might be Evan Boeheim or the guy they drafted, Mason Cole. This is not a bad offense. It still needs some serious development, some more cornerstone players. Getting Rosen in the first round, trading up for him is huge for this team. But I don't know how he's going to do. I don't know if he'll ever start. Do you think he'll start at all this season? Do you think he'll be a week one start? Do you think he has enough talent to beat out Sam Bradford? And looking at the rest, they're going to rely heavily on David Johnson. I really think so. Just based on, they don't have a lot of people. They don't have a lot of cornerstones. And I feel bad for Larry Fitzgerald. He might be another great player that might go ringless. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. And of course, looking at the defense, which has had some major turnovers just based on the last 2 years. Here's just some of the major players that they have lost within 2 years. Yes, 2 years. Calais Campbell, Kevin Minter, Tony Jefferson, DJ Swearinger, Tyrann Mathieu, Marcus Cooper, Rashad Johnson, Alex Okafor, Tyvon Branch, and from what I've heard, they might try and trade Marcus Golden. Do you really expect your defense to be really good if you just lose a ton of players? I mean, that's a ton of snaps they've had to replace in such little time. And yet, they're just kind of rolling with it. I think they want to get these get some of these younger players in, but the problem is you're losing so many players. Here's the thing: you can't give away. You can't just sacrifice a ton of players that had a ton of snaps and just bring in these new guys and expect continuity. That's not how it works. You need to have some continuity. It's fine to lose maybe one or two players that had a ton of snaps, but when you lose more and more each season, I mean, it's gonna hurt a lot. Their edge rushers right now, it's Chandler Jones and for the moment, Marcus Golden. They're switching more to apparently they're going to a more 4-3 stance instead of the 34 that they have ran for quite a while. Mostly because, guys like Calais Campbell's not there anymore, and hopefully they're getting better performance from one of their first-round picks, Robert Kimdiche. Like I said, I think Golden might get traded at some point, and they'll probably get a guy who can probably play a 4-3 a little better, maybe. And of course, they have Corey Pierce playing defense down. They got a couple guys they do want to try. At linebacker, they have Hassan Reddick. That's kind of it. They got a couple other guys they want to try, but really, it's a bit questionable. I mean, they're hoping Hassan Reddick from one can play all 16 games, but also show he's a very good stand-up linebacker. I mean, he has potential. But nothing really to put out and really show he's a great player. And of course, secondary, you still have Patrick Pearson, who I swear just keeps getting better practically every season. Oh wait, I forgot. Deone Buchanan also plays linebacker. So Reddick and Buchanan, that's a good combination. I completely forgot about that for a second. Had a brain fart there. But like I said, back to the secondary, they're going to have Peterson. You still have Patrick Pearson. The second corner is going to be an open competition. They traded for Jamar Taylor at some point in the offseason. They got a couple guys they want to try out, but I mean, here's what I thought back in 2011 when they had DRC and they got Patrick Pearson. How awesome would it have been to have seen DRC and Patrick Pearson both on the Cardinals? How exciting would that have been? I mean, they traded away DRC so they can get Kevin Cobb, who basically played there for a season or two before they got Carson Palmer. But seriously, they should have just stuck with DRC and put Pearson with him and get a different quarterback. They gave up a lot for Cobb, and it didn't work out, and I'm pretty sure they did regret it, seeing how they never really got, well, okay, Cromartie that 1 year, but then again, it was just 1 year. But I think DRC with that team, with Pearson, probably would have been one of the better secondaries. You got two tall, athletic corners that could really, play against wide receivers well. Man, the possibilities. And of course, like I said, they got rid of Tyrann Mathieu, and it's probably going to be Budda Baker with Antoine Bethea being their safeties. This is a defense that is trying to get more cornerstone pieces. Right now, they have two. They have two right now, Peterson and Jones. They want to get more corner pieces. They're hoping that some of the young players that they have drafted, especially in the first round, really steps up and plays well as being on the field instead of on the trainer's table. It's a tough team. It's a tough rebuild for this team. I mean, they're probably gonna struggle a lot, and since the schedule is not really going to help them much, they will struggle and probably back within the top 10, trying to find who's going to be trying to get more cornerstone pieces. Probably get another Pearson or another Fitzgerald, some better offensive linemen, and try and improve. Oh, and I forgot their third cornerstone piece on the defense, Buchanan. So, yeah. And looking at this team is probably going to struggle a lot. They might get they might get a surprise win here or there, but I see a lot of struggling for them. Especially in the second half where they had to play the Rams, the Chargers, the Packers, the Falcons, the Lions, the Chiefs. this is going to be a very struggle-worthy team, and this might be a team that might end up fourth place in the NFC West, and probably may, in theory, looking top five in the draft. I can see this team probably going 3-13. I mean, they got their possible quarterback for the future in Rosen, but this is not a team that is expected to go far or can do very well. I'm glad they have David Johnson. I'm glad they have some good young corner pieces, but there's just so much turnover going on in that team. They're trying to get rid of some of the useless players and get in some more better players. But what would really help this team a lot is seeing the young players step up and perform well. Seeing guys like DJ Humphries, Robert Nkemdiche, Hassan Reddick, seeing those guys really step up, perform well, and show how dominant they are can really make this transition, can make this rebuild feel a lot shorter. Like, they'll just be a team that'll be a year away from getting back to how good they were. But if guys like I said, if Humphries, Reddick, and Nkemdiche all struggle and don't perform well, this rebuild could last a lot longer, and they could lose some very key and crucial players.